There are numbers we're taught to fear. 13, branded as unlucky across the West. Some say it's because Judas was the 13th guest at the Last Supper. Others trace it to Norse mythology, where a dinner of 12 gods was shattered by a 13th rival, Loki, the trickster, the bringer of chaos. Buildings skip the 13th floor, planes avoid 13th rows. The number lingers like a shadow. People step around without even thinking. Then there's 666, the number of the beast, a mark of something ancient and evil, found in Revelation, feared in Scripture, mutated in pop culture into a symbol of absolute dread. You see it on a receipt or a license plate, and something stirs. Not logic, something deeper. In Italy, 17 is feared. Its Roman numerals, XVII, can be rearranged into BIXI, Latin for I have lived, a poetic way of saying you're no longer living. These numbers hold no power by themselves, but fear doesn't need proof. It needs repetition. So what about the numbers we don't fear? What about a date like January 28th? No ominous reputation, no superstition clinging to it. Just another day on the calendar. But history says otherwise. It's a date that comes back over and over. Tragedy, collapse, conflict, loss. Not a number we fear, but maybe one we should. In numerology, the number 1 represents beginnings. It's associated with direction, identity, and action. The first number in any sequence, the starting point. In ancient number philosophy, especially among the Pythagoreans, 1 was seen as the origin of all things. Every other number was built from it. 28 is considered a perfect number. Its proper divisors, 1, 2, 4, 7, and 14, add up exactly to 28. This kind of mathematical symmetry fascinated early philosophers. They saw it as a sign of completeness or balance. The number also appears in nature. The moon completes a cycle in about 28 days. That rhythm influenced early calendars, and it still marks time in some traditions. In modern numerology, 28 reduces back to 1. 2 plus 8 is 10, 1 plus 0 is 1, a full loop returning to its source. 1 and 28, a beginning and a return, a pattern that starts over, the idea of the cycle, of crossing a threshold again and again, echoes older beliefs about time itself. In Roman mythology, Janus was the god of transitions, the namesake of January. He watched over beginnings and endings, thresholds and doorways. His gaze faced both forward and back. A threshold is a place where change happens, and sometimes change arrives violently. Numbers don't cause what happens, but when the same date begins to repeat across decades, tied to moments of collapse, violence, or loss, people start to look for patterns. Whether the meaning is real or something we invent, the pattern still leaves a mark. And the January 28th, that mark keeps showing up. In late January of 1922, a powerful blizzard buried much of the mid-Atlantic under a record snowfall. As the storm peaked on January 28th, more than 2 feet of snow pressed down on the city. That night, hundreds of people gathered inside the Knickerbocker Theater to watch a silent movie. Just after 9 p.m., the theater's flat roof, weakened by the weight of snow, suddenly gave way. The balcony and roof collapsed into the auditorium below, killing 98 people and injuring 133 more. The collapse was one of the deadliest structural failures in the city's history. At the start of 1932, tensions between Chinese residents and Japanese military forces in Shanghai had been escalating. On January 28th, localized clashes turned into widespread urban fighting. The confrontation, later called the January 28th incident, saw weeks of artillery and street battles across the city. Tens of thousands of soldiers and civilians were killed or wounded. The incident foreshadowed wider hostilities in East Asia later in the decade. On the evening of January 28, 1980, the U.S. Coast Guard cutter Blackthorn was departing Tampa Bay after routine maintenance. In the channel, it collided with the oil tanker SS Capricorn. The anchor of the large vessel tore into Blackthorn's hull, causing rapid flooding. Within minutes, the cutter capsized. 23 crew members died in the accident. Some were trapped below deck, others were thrown in the water and never recovered. A nearby shrimp boat rescued survivors. It remains one of the Coast Guard's worst peacetime losses. January 28, 1986 began with anticipation. The Space Shuttle Challenger was set to carry 7 crew members into orbit, including Krista McAuliffe, a school teacher chosen for NASA's Teacher in Space program. 73 seconds after liftoff, the shuttle broke apart over the Atlantic. All 7 aboard were killed. The cause? A failed O-ring seal that became brittle in the cold morning air. A small flaw that triggered a national disaster. The tragedy halted NASA's shuttle program for years. After examining these events, separated by decades, continents, and causes, it's natural to ask a larger question. Why do we notice patterns like these at all? Humans are tuned to see connections. We look for rhythm in the random, meaning in repetition. We name storms, we mark anniversaries. We track numbers because we're afraid of chaos. Some of the most enduring superstitions in history involve dates and numbers. In Western cultures, Friday the 13th is considered unlucky. The combination of a number seen as dangerous and a day often associated with misfortune. In parts of the world, it's Tuesday the 13th that carries the curse. In Italy, it's Friday the 17th, where the number 17 has long been associated with misfortune through its Roman numeral form and how it's interpreted in local tradition. Across cultures, people have carved certain dates out of the calendar and filled them with fear. So maybe it's not strange to feel something when a date keeps echoing. Whether it's fate, pattern, or coincidence, some days seem heavier than others. And possibly the greatest evidence of the curse on the world, that is, January 28th. It's the day I was born.